You learn better once you start asking questions, not when you memorize the answer for the question usually made by somebody else like fools. When you just observe the 3 years or 4 years old, they usually learn by asking questions. We need to bring that childlike curiosity back in the system. And back in the system, if you want to make them ready for the future, it's all about making them the passive learner to active learner. A learner is a self-learning process, a lifelong learning process. We are actually living in the 21st century. Illiterate are the not ones who can't read and write. 21st century illiterate are the ones illiterate who can't learn, unlearn and relearn. I want here specifically mention the reason that I have been started my podcast. As a beginner to my podcast, I started raising question about myself, and I regret my past 20th century in my life. That is the only worst advice that has been received in my life. Study well and get top of the campus and get a job. We are actually living the future generation. It seems still we are not able to meet our economic stability, and we are merely depend and lean on others like our parents. Since I had started raising question about myself, about my existence, I had done some kind. So the only reason I have been started. So I want here talk about the most famous person in India. Unfortunately, in this podcast, he is not at all famous person. I don't want to mention about his name. I think his name literally start with A and ends with I. India company usually try to trapeze the artists. And in my podcast, these mics always tell me not to get angry about the person what I am going to talk about. We have been completely fooled. The pride of India usually lies not the wealth of one man. The pride of India usually lies in the institutional structure. Like sebi to the CVC and the CBD, and sebi is the Security Exchange Board of India and CVC is Central Vigilance Office. This has been completely fooled by the man of Gautam Adani. I don't want to mention his name. I am taking examples of the Adani group. He travels with the Honorable Prime Minister on his delegation. He meets the head of the state to visit India. He portrays the Indian Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister of India is him. By obliging him, he will be the Prime Minister of Narendra Modi ji. This is actually truth that happened. India's most controversial person like Gautam Adani, whatever is said about him, it become political statement. The person who support Gautam Adani, they will blindly support Narendra Modi ji also, and the person who hate Adani, they will again blindly hate Narendra Modi ji also. Today this is a truth for everyone that has been completely came exposed on 24th January in 2023. A company named Hindenburg has been published a lengthy voice report that destroys the Adani group. This is a business of the research of the company. This Adani group, this Hindenburg usually target the company, and the company usually decline the share prices that this Hindenburg research company take profit from it. How much the market value of the company usually falls, that is the profit by which company usually learn. This is our Adani trilogy. There will be nearly 9 industries. We will answer the 3 questions. In India today, we will see that is Hindenburg research report is true, or else this Hindenburg research, they want to spread the fake news like a political propaganda is being seen by day in your scenario. For example, in my podcast, if you consider me as I am a chartered accountant and I do all the analysis of the financial statement of the Gautam Adani, and I will try to expose all these things by doing this video. In this work, it requires so much time and effort for doing this work. If you like my podcast, please subscribe my button. Please hit a button when you talk about the financial and with help of the number of the fact usually comes in India. We will expose all the things that has been completely analyzed, and I made some of the research articles which has been published by Hindenburg. I think the lengthy voice report of Hindenburg is for, if you feel my effect will be effective, please hit the subscribe button. I think when you see this Hindenburg, what does Hindenburg report say? The first question in my podcast I will raise to my listeners is Hindenburg. We will divide such a huge gap. And non-essential, I think there will be some intern has been written it who cleared the exam like a chartered accountants after many failed. They exposed the Gautam Adani is a completely fraud, is has been a prostitute and many of the cases have been completely filled against his company lost nearly 50 billion in last 10 days. That has been over in past 1 month. Adani violates SEBI rule. Actually, what is SEBI? Why I am speaking this SEBI? SEBI is actually Security Exchange of Board of India. The primary role of the SEBI regulation of the security board in India, the primary role to protect the interests of the investor of the company and to promote the development of the security of the market. The main key points of the SEBI is only telling that this has been rolled by the government and has been regulating the security market, and responsible for regulating the security market in India is protect the investor interest. If there are some companies from like a foreign company, they will invest some kind of their worth in the Indian company, the SEBI is usually going to protect their interest, not going to increase, not going to decrease. If it is increases, then it leads to instability of our economy, and to promote the market, the SEBI usually play a crucial role in promoting the transparency, fairness. I want to talk about this person, the most famous person who has been completely fooled me and fooled you, fooled the public, and he has been completely hiding the back of the Indian economy because of the small exposure. The Indian economy completely failed. The Adani is a billionaire person who has been on the third most position, and he has been completely failed to 20th position literally. This Adani man is his net worth usually moved from 9 billion in 2022 90 billion, the nearly 90% growth rate. If it was grown by the good and hard working, I don't want to talk about this person. Actually, 9 billion to 90 billion, oh my god, this is a lot of amount. This is total insane. How much the market value of the company is usually valued. This is the profit by which the company usually answer. This is our Adani group, where we will answer the 3 questions. In this video, we will see is Adani research is correct, or else they just want to spread the fake news like political propaganda and profit from it. If you consider me as an accountant, without going to the company's stores, let's say, so I read the claims the Hindenburg research usually claims there will be 400 pages response, and I also read about all Adani company of the financial statements. In this video, I will try to expose the things what I have been highlighted, and we will expose all the things of the Adani and effect too. If you feel in my effect, please hit the subscribe button. This is free, and according to this Hindenburg report, what does Hindenburg report say? Because they have such a huge gap. In chapter 2, I will tell about something how this company Hindenburg usually take over the position of Adani group. So the company has been completely declined after many failed attempts because they have such a huge gap in logic. When you see this, there will be controversial or nonsense. And part 1, when you see this, Adani usually violates the SEBI rules. The SEBI rules usually share according to usually owned by the him and promote. So I read all the claims of Hindenburg. According to Hindenburg report, the Adani 400 pages response that has been published in the open source of the internet. So all Adani companies, the financial statement with help of the help desk of the various sources from the internet, I gathered the information. In this video, I will try to expose the things that have been highlighted. We will expose all the things of Adani group, and that will affect our Indian economy in the presence of sense. If you feel my effort usually worth for it, then please hit the subscribe button so you can get more videos and more update about economic. This is free for you because I want to tell about what does Hindenburg report say, what this report usually says. In my because they have such a huge gap in logic, and chapter 2 we will divide, and we will divide into 3 conclusions, because when you tell this about this Adani has been so much controversial has been going on in India in the presence of sense. I think there will be some Indian guy who cleared the exam of chartered accounts without after many failed attempts, because such a huge gap between the economic triad of like that. There will be 6 points, and the 3 points are valid, controversial, and nonsense. Point number 1. Adani usually violates the SEBI rule. SEBI rule is a stock exchange bank investigation rule. Usually hold, when you see this according to the SEBI rule, the share about any company usually hold only 75%, and 25% hold must be public. If you hold more than 75% of the particular company, that is a main cause that Adani has been spiked to over 9 billion to 19 billion within 2 years. For example, if I hold a company with 100%, according to the SEBI rules, my company share which I owned only 75%, the remaining 25% must be public. This is actually SEBI rule of the according to Indian economic stability. If it was owned by more than 75%, I think the Indian economic corruption will be more anticipated. This is the actually point. Point number 2, the cant has been fooled the stock market. Who is this cant? Why I am telling this person? Actually, I had done according to the cant. He is a farmer of the stockbroker. Okay, he is a farmer of stockbroker, investor of Indian stock market, who involved in major scandal in early 20s. centuries and 2000s. Okay, whoa, oh my god, this person who has been major scandals. The key role usually played by the cant pratica is circular trading, price manipulation, artificially inflate a price, acceleration of the stock market. Because this cant pratica is a major colleague and he is a best friend of Gautam Adani, and beside of him he was hiding beside the Gautam Adani. He is a complete fraudster. According to the Hindenburg report, which was published in February 2021, I have gathered some research. The cant pratica involved number of fraudulent schemes that impact several Indian companies and investors. According to Hindenburg report, colleges usually says that his associate engaged in illegal activity inside taking the money laundering. Oh, I want to mention the particular about the money laundering, making the black money into white money. That's why they has been completely fooled. We are ashamed completely, and the finance minister Nirmala Sitaram has been completely devastated out of this mind, because a lot of pressure has been gathered, because within 1 week the company loses a huge share in the market value, like 50 billion, and who are the public has been invested in the market, in the Mumbai exchange stock market, has been completely lost out of their mind. This report also claims that cant pratica action has a significant impact on Indian economy, like Indian company, like a pratica connection with a high level of government official. There will be some obligation which was going on, there will be some bribe, the money is really completely, according to he lost Hindenburg. India for potential fraud, corruption, instability of economy. Thus, Adani Group has been raided 9 billion to 2019 to 90 billion into 2022. This is the Hindenburg report which was published. So, I think this Hindenburg has been openly shown that Adani is a complete fraudster. He has been fraud the Indian economy without paying actual proper taxes, and also because of him, the lot of pressure has been applied to the poor sector, because poor sector only in the form of the poor sector, they are not try to become, they are not try to evolve. This is the information I have been gathered from the Hindenburg research. A small research article. According to my conclusion, I think what you can do, other people mistake, but the answer is nothing. Nothing means nothing. This is a somebody game. Actually, this is somebody game. You can try to influence them, you can try to subvert them, or else you can try to, maybe plan is fly inside of other company to sabotage them. You can do anything else. I guess there are things that edges that you can do by the extreme limit, but my firm belief of the success, actually reality is really boils down, you can control the mistake. How can you control the mistake? The people who have done a lot of scams, the scams has been exposed since my childhood. There will be large scams. Based on the experience of the scam, they will try to analyze, okay, next time this kind of the scam has been exposed, next time we want to get alert. These are the messages has been these are the messages. I think in future there will be many scams, like if I talk like AI, artificial intelligence, by using of the artificial intelligence, they will do so many things. I predict our future generation is completely changed. And thank you for listening to the podcast. I think it's your origin. I am trying to conclude here, and we will see in the next episode with